This week is all about chicken wings. Lots of events coming up, Super Bowl, it's award season, and having people over, you know, chicken wings is just a great thing to serve. This looks like a lot of stuff, but we're doing 3 different kinds, and this is all you need for all 3 of them. Let's get going on this. Anytime I'm making something, I try and make it just a little bit healthier. One way we're gonna do that is we're actually gonna use the air fryer instead of a deep fryer and just kind of work in smaller batches. You still get a lot of flavor, good crispy outside while cutting down on a lot of the fat. So I have here 4 pounds of chicken wings, and we're just gonna drizzle a little bit of olive oil, not a ton, just enough to kind of coat the outside and help the seasoning stick. And so this is really just like that. That's probably 1.5 tablespoons. And just toss to coat. This is my base recipe that I always start with for all of my chicken wings, whether I'm adding a sauce or not. This is just kind of my dry rub recipe. And so first thing is salt. We'll add, for 4 pounds of wings, we'll add, you know, like 1.5 tablespoons. We'll do probably 2 teaspoons of black pepper. I have half a teaspoon of ground cinnamon, 1 teaspoon of ground allspice powder, and then a tablespoon each of smoked paprika and garlic powder. And toss that to coat. We'll let that sit for a second and then preheat the air fryer. For chicken wings, we're gonna go up to 360, and for each batch, it'll be about 20-25 minutes of cooking time. Okay, so my camera guy said K, which makes me feel like I need to do something, but actually I'm just waiting for that to preheat. Ooh, it's hot. Careful there, set it down on something. And we're just gonna load in the chicken wings all 1 layer and try not to have them all crammed in there too close. You know, you want some space around them. And do the skin side up. These got nice and crispy. We don't want them to get cold though, so I put a pan in the oven just on warm. And we're just gonna put these, transfer them from here onto this sheet pan and just keep that in the oven while we're making all of our batches. Next batch going in. Next batch is in for 20 minutes. While these next couple of batches are going in, I'm going to make the sauces that we'll use for 2 of the kinds of wings. So what we're doing is we have a dry rub, which is just this, what I've put on it. Good enough on its own, it's delicious, everybody's gonna love it. The second kind, we're gonna do a honey chipotle, which is a little bit spicy, has a good amount of sweetness. It's really, really tasty. And then we have a lime and cilantro wing, which is really fresh, has some good, like a garlic flavor in there. It's really tasty. First, we're gonna make the honey chipotle sauce. So here I have a half a cup of honey. To that, we're going to add a 1/4 cup of brown sugar, a half a cup of just room temperature water, 2 tablespoons of white wine vinegar. This is 2 chipotle chilies in about a tablespoon of the adobo sauce that they come packaged in when you buy them in the can. I've just chopped them up really finely, and we'll just add that right in there. Whoo! Licked my finger. It was spicy. We'll just whisk that together till the honey gets all dispersed in the sauce and kind of melts in. And this sauce. This sauce. This sauce is more of a glaze that we'll just kind of dunk the wings in and pull them out. This is the lime and cilantro. We have a half a cup of fresh lime juice, a teaspoon of lime zest. This is a handful of cilantro that's just been chopped very finely till it's about a quarter cup of cilantro, maybe a third of a cup. And then we have honey. This is a quarter cup. The other two ingredients I have here, 2 tablespoons each of olive oil and minced garlic. And I am actually going to heat that up, and I'm going to cook the harshness out of the garlic, putting it in just raw. You can toss it with the hot wings if they come out of the fryer or the air fryer or the oven, however you make them. You can toss it with it immediately, but since we're making this in small batches and we're keeping them warm in the oven, the garlic flavor would just be a little too harsh. And I like doing it this way anyways because the olive oil, it gets all of the garlic flavor dispersed all throughout it, and just makes a better wing overall. Pan, medium heat, 2 tablespoons of olive oil and 2 tablespoons of garlic. We're not going to fry the garlic. You don't want it to get too hot. Just as soon as the oil starts to sizzle a little bit, we'll turn the heat off and then let it cool down a bit on the oven while the wings continue to cook. As soon as it starts to sizzle, turn the heat off. Just kind of set that aside and let that oil cool down a bit. We don't want to add it to the ingredients in here. We want to maintain a very fresh cilantro taste. If you put the hot oil in there, it cooks the cilantro, it kind of takes that freshness out of it a bit. As soon as that cools down, I'll add it in here, whisk it together, and that's what we have for our wings. We have the dry rub, then we will coat a portion of the wings in the honey chipotle, and then a portion of the wings in the lime and cilantro. Those are all finished, and so we'll kind of separate them into 3 different groups, starting with the dry rub. Put those in the middle of our platter here. Time to dip these wings. There it is, these delicious chicken wings, 3 different kinds, the dry rub, the lime and cilantro, the honey chipotle. They're all super good. Not as heavy as traditional fried wings. I think that you will really enjoy them. There's a link to the full recipe in the description of this video. Let us know how you like it.